Hey, what's up? It's Chris here from Chris's Sci-Fi Reactions. Today we're back with another Stargate SG-1. This is Season 2, Episode 3, called Prisoners. So yeah, I know it's been quite some time since the last Stargate. Hopefully you should be getting 2 episodes a week from next week, available on Patreon. On YouTube, you'll just get these episodes every Thursday, hopefully, barring YouTube issues. I don't think there's much more to be said. Yeah, last episode we had Carter get infected by a Gould, or at least this thing called Tok'ra. My guess is we'll be introduced to the Tok'ra maybe at the end of this season and into the next season. And then the next season, Season 3, will probably be highly Tok'ra orientated. Assuming they're good or they're a different form of bad, we'll just have to wait and see. You guys know, I don't, but I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so I think the full uncut, unedited reaction is available on Patreon, listed in the description below. And let's just get straight on into this.
Alright, kids. We're due back. Unless you can...
Reminds me a bit of the
Everybody alright?
Superman scene in the Superman early movies.
And you
You know, with Zod and his disciples.
Just came to me.
You trespass on ancient grounds.
Hey, look! We didn't mean to trespass. We're explorers. We just came through the Stargate from Earth.
It does not matter who you are or where you are from. You helped for sure.
What, who, this guy?
No. Not me. Killed himself.
Oh yeah, I'm
Not
sure
me.
he killed himself.
Here. For you.
In exchange for...
Like Linnea, a gift. For the protected one. You are very strong, yes?
I am.
Maybe you challenge Vishnur?
Have them report directly to the briefing room.
Yes.
Sooner or later, all new arrivals come here.
I wonder what
You
her
are not
crime
from any of
was.
the island states under the Taldor.
No, we're from Earth. Earth is... well, it's way out there.
Then you are from a place of which I have no knowledge. Do you intend to challenge me?
Well, all we really want to do right now is get out of here.
Get out of here? We are deep underground.
It is my understanding that the Great Circle transported us to an entirely different world. One that once teemed with life, but no more. This place, thousands of years old, is all that remains. That's why the Taldor turned it into a prison. They could see no other use.
So, bottom line, the Stargate is the only way in or out.
Many here believe that when a prisoner comes through the Stargate, at least flowing through the tendrils of the plant.
Colonel, that's called fusion. Whatever organic mineral the roots are made of serves as a catalyst, causing the atoms of her chemicals to fuse together. What are we in here for?
Jaywalking, I think.
Clearly, Linnea has done something to earn the respect of these prisoners.
Well, when she warned that man to stay away from Sam, I saw fear in his eyes, not respect.
I'm just going to assume you've never been in prison.
Yeah, you can't just
Oh,
take
right,
a
and
prisoner
you have-
out with you.
Oh, yeah.
Any
So
place like this
Jack's
has its own
been
set of rules.
imprisoned.
They don't have to make sense.
I'd like to
Renee has
know
obviously
more
done
about
whatever
that.
she's needed to do to survive. Just like we are.
I'm guessing it was like a prisoner
Speaking
of
of which-
war or something.
Oh, Colonel, we're talking about powering one completely alien device with another. I mean, it's not like splicing together a few wires.
So
I'll take
it
that
would
as a
have
maybe.
been a
Without
Gulf
remote
War,
transmitters,
maybe?
we still have no access to Earth. The iris will be closed.
Okay, Daniel, you know more addresses than any of us. Start thinking alternatives.
Incoming.
Scared the crap out of me.
How many people?
Thousands. It began with a terrible plague among the people who sent you here. Time was short, I offered my knowledge. Instead of inhibiting the disease's progress, my medicine accelerated its effects.
And they blamed you.
Dan.
Yes.
I'm not surprised. We didn't deserve this either.
Do not think that I am innocent.
What you're saying is that you take responsibility for your actions.
Yes.
Yeah, but what she did, obviously, was unintentional.
I
I
have
mean,
decided to accept your offer.
Great. I'll tell the Colonel.
You have altered the balance of power here. I have no
I
choice.
mean,
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Daniel, get out of there!
You won't
Move.
escape, you'll die.
you'll die with him if you don't move. Ah, jeez. That is nasty. I don't get how she'd get a
Still
weapon
alive.
like that in
Barely.
a prison.
You are most punctual.
Thank you.
You are the one called General Hammond?
Yes. I am responsible for those people you have imprisoned.
By using the word responsible, the General is in no way assuming accountability for the actions of SG-1. Begging your pardon, sir, I don't want you to end up in prison along with them.
So
On
true.
the contrary, I would gladly hold myself responsible. I ordered them to this world.
What are they waiting for?
They believe you killed Vishnor.
You must distribute the food.
I really do hope my cold doesn't come off too annoying. And then... I like the way the Stargate is transparent, like on the other side you can sort of see through, but on the side you go through you can't. That smoky wooden thing was the food tray, right?
Where in the name of heaven did you come from?
Prison, actually. We just broke out.
You spoke of a machine for storing data.
Right here.
You have...
Step away from that gate. Shut it down.
Self-destruct in 30 seconds.
It won't take our code, sir.
Well, she comes from a civilization that's more advanced than us, so...
20 seconds.
Try shutting the whole system down.
We can't, sir. We let her out.
Yeah,
The
you did.
destroyer of worlds.
Okay, so that was Stargate SG-1 Season 2 Episode 3 Prisoners. That was an okay episode, not the best, but certainly not the worst. This should serve as a learning curve episode, really, or experience, and to learn the consequences of your actions, especially, you know, removing someone from prison and taking a prisoner's word, you know, of what they did. And yeah, it really was quite terrible. I mean, she's going to go out there now and probably try and destroy worlds. So any world she damages or destroys is ultimately down to SG-1. And yeah, I can understand why they were doing it. You know, they wanted to escape, all of that. I can understand that, but boy, was this... I'm trying to think, and I'd say that this was the biggest screw-up by SG-1 ever. The consequences of their actions could be disastrous and have such a long-term effect, not on Earth, but for the rest of the galaxy. They could really suffer the consequences. And yeah, I think this really does explore the idea of what is okay. When is it okay to do this? And interfering in another civilization's justice has led to this. And, you know, is it okay to sort of apply one's own personal views of justice onto another group of people as well? Or I should say civilization, you know, trying to apply, in this case, I guess you could say, American justice values onto their justice system. Do we have the right? Do we have the right to break out a prisoner to further our own exit? It brings up a number of interesting questions. And obviously, you know, we like to think our justice is the best justice, you know, from whatever country you live in. Our way of looking at justice, maybe it is the best, but maybe not, you know. We just don't know. And as they said, there was virtually no crime on that planet. You know, taking such a hard stand against crime, it's a difficult one, because everyone has their own personal views of what justice is. But let's break this episode down anyway. Okay, so we start off here on a planet. We find no one, then this guy comes out. He's scared of something called Taldor. SG-1 helps him. They're then captured by the Taldor in this scene that seems very reminiscent of, if you've ever seen the first Superman movie, of Zod and his disciples. It seems a bit similar to that sort of setup. Then they say, we didn't know, you know, we didn't know his crime. It was an accident, but in this case, it just wasn't good enough, you know. You unwilling abetted a criminal, that's still a crime on this planet. They said they'd be sent through the Stargate, but they'd be sent to a prison planet. They arrive on this planet that is a prison, find a pair of shoes, smoking, which would indicate that a person literally stood in front of that stable, I've forgotten what they called it there, great wave. And I think Sam said it was an unstable event horizon or something, wormhole, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, we haven't actually been introduced to the idea that people are vaporized if they're within that great wave. Sam then tries to talk to this prisoner, and this other prisoner, Vishnu, sort of grabs her. Sam's able to knock him off. This woman then says, you know, she's not to be taken by any man. It would not be easy being an only female prisoner in a prison with the rest being males. It would not be a nice experience. Then we have them exploring this place, basically looking for a DHD. Daniel references Botany Bay or Sydney Harbour, which was once a prison, a British prison, where they would send their sort of the criminal element from Britain to Australia. We see this guy, he killed this other guy. Then we sort of explore. We have back at Stargate Command, a team was searching for them. They come and they see Linnea, and she ends up having a power source that hopefully will be compatible with the Stargate. As we learned in the Ernest episode, I've forgotten the name, the Stargate can absorb all different forms of energy. At some sort of fusion, we learn. Here we have the SG team that was basically sent back to the gate after saying they'd been accused of a crime. Here we have them learning about some sort of new fusion, and that if it was on Earth could eliminate pollution, which would be nice. Here we have Teal'c sort of not making friends. Then they said that if they take Linnea with them, she'll give us the power she needs. Daniel's curious about that, you know, saying, oh, can we just do that? I mean, we don't know what she's in here for. Here we have food being sent through the Stargate. Linnea's the first one to get food. It tastes quite horrible. Here we have SG9, I think they are. I think it's Bruce Willis is his name. He has a serious look of that. I'm pretty sure they're not the same actor, but man, they look similar. The Die Hard, the actor from Die Hard, I forget his name. I'm terrible with names. I know he was in Supernatural, this guy was in Supernatural. Here we have General Hammond saying he's going to go there and talk to them himself, which was good. Linnea is treating the food to make the food more tasty. She tells Samantha of her crime, which ultimately turns out to be a lie. General Hammond, the first time going through the Stargate. Yeah, I really do like the way the Stargate looks transparent on one side. Here we have people trying to stand in front of the Great Wave, I'll just call it that, to escape. Daniel tries and stops him. Vishnu pulls him out of the way. We're introduced to this new prisoner. Vishnu then tries to kill Daniel. Linnea kills Vishnu but says Daniel prevailed. Here we have General Hammond sort of trying to take responsibility for the actions of SG-1. They tell Dorsey no, he's not guilty. Here we have this man that's cured of his blindness. It looked really real when she basically touched his eyes. It was, horrible. Daniel then wakes up. He gives a planetary Stargate address where they can go and meet up another SG team. Then Daniel distributes the food and they power the Stargate with this device and they manage to escape. Here back at the SGC, Hammond is introduced to Linnea. And, she said this place is so alien. Here we have Linnea on the computer sort of representing, the subatomic atoms and all of that. Here we have one of the other prisoners that escaped with them, telling them about Linnea, what she did, that she was the destroyer of worlds. Linnea then basically accesses the computer information about the Stargate. She escapes through the gate and then basically thanks them in a computer message for letting her out, but damn, this, I think, could have serious future repercussions for the galaxy. We'll just have to see how things go. Okay, so that was my breakdown of the Stargate SG-1 Prisoners episode. I'm going to give that episode a 7. I think it was okay. I don't think it was anything great, so I'm going to stick with a 7. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to be said about this episode now. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything else. There is a form that you can access now to give me feedback and possible ideas to the future, what I can do to improve. I'll list that in the description below as well. Yeah, and that's all for now. If you enjoyed this reaction, don't forget to give it a like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye.